Hello, so I'm Character Man and I'm from Events 471 and 47 Route CIC. So Events 471 is an event company based in Birkenhead, mostly in live music. And we do a range of things from local to international touring artists to legacy to new stuff in a diverse range of genres and locations. And then 471 Route CIC is an arts initiative in Birkenhead that does poetry, spoken word, singer-songwriter, visual arts, but also then we occasionally do like a few mad things. So in March we did a burlesque, drag, ballroom, punk thing, which is also really fun. So yeah, that's what I do. We did our first gig in 31st March 2023, and that was some local bands. But then since then, I mean, we've had a really successful 2 years. I mean, we've carried on doing local stuff. We've done touring stuff as well. We've got an open mic now, which is really exciting. We do art exhibitions, poetry, and a range of genres as well, which is really exciting. 471 it's a really weird one because it comes from multiple places. Unfortunately, there's a few issues that I saw locally, and the issues kept on recurring and popping up and whatnot. And these were around fair pay. So I was in bands and I was a sound engineer, and I mean, it's unfair and whatnot. But then there was a few other things that kept on popping up that I saw. I mean, considering how diverse Liverpool and Birkenhead and further afield are, where are our local bands getting put on? I mean, where's the pipeline? Where's the diversity that we know we've got in Liverpool? The last thing is about accessibility. I mean, I've got a cousin with muscular dystrophies in a motorised wheelchair. I've got a brother with he's neurodiverse and whatnot. And then it was a shame that these two people that I know and I love and whatnot are really passionate music fans, but couldn't see the music that they really loved and enjoyed, kind of thing. And it's gross and unfair. So I mean, it's the idea of bringing together of quality music, a diverse range of genres, that it's physically accessible for people. And then there's a range of people behind the scenes that are women, LGBT, making sure that everyone is represented as they should be. We've got some stuff that currently in the works. We're trying to expand our programme ever so slightly to include some new things, but you'll see that down the line. We're also hope for bringing some musicians back that we had last year and make them a bigger show than they've ever had before. Liverpool is one of the best cities, I think, in the UK, and I don't think there's any question about that musically or artistically. It wasn't always finding new things, and there's always something going on. I mean, I'm always sort of enamoured of what the hell am I going to do for the next 6 months and what am I going to get obsessed with, which, I mean, that's Liverpool. Everyone in Liverpool that I've met in the 4 years, from sound engineers to bands to producers to photographers, there's a sort of community in Liverpool that I can't really describe. Everyone sort of knows each other and it's friendly, and I mean, you're never alone in this city, and that's something that's really precious. I mean, what I think is really amazing, everyone's willing to turn people into different things. I've gone to gigs that, I mean, sort of made me more and more aware of how long the music scene goes back, but also how there's a future and there's new things always coming up, and everyone's always putting everyone onto new things, and I think that's what Liverpool's best at, kind of thing. It's tight-knit and everyone's willing to sort of push forward. Everyone's got such a different experience of what it is to be from Liverpool, from Birkenhead, from Southport. It's this gorgeous thing about being in this city is that it doesn't matter where you're from, you will find a piece of you here, because inevitably Liverpool pushed its way out. Accessibility in venues, I mean, I'll be pushing this for as long as I humanly can, because there are people that are disabled and neurodiverse that can't access the events they want to because they can't get down into the basement, or they just don't feel comfortable, or, I mean, are these places geographically, financially and physically accessible for people? I mean, it's one of those weird things where you don't even think about it until you've had it mentioned to you, or you've been personally affected, but we should be able to express especially what's going on in our local identity, in our local venues. Considering how diverse Liverpool is, I think that Liverpool works very much in silos and there's very much pockets, which mean that some people definitely do fall through the cracks. So there's an amazing range of LGBTQ plus artists that I don't think get the platform they deserve. I also think that Liverpool's got this weird image problem around specific types of genres and bands where we only seem to promote indie music, which is great. We've got a load of that stuff, but there's an amazing punk scene and metal scene. There's amazing underground club music that should get more of a platform because it's really driving the culture. I mean, I think it's important that Liverpool sort of understands that we are a melting pot. We are a patchwork of all these different communities and whatnot, and that if you're a promoter, you put on a range of that stuff and you understand the culture and where it's come from and how to match up with different things and make sure that it is represented fairly on lineups. One other improvement I think is important in the pub music scene is around fair pay, and also how promoters operate with bands, professionals and whatnot. There's a range of issues that come around fair pay. I think it's around transparency, I think it's around expectations and also about education around what a settlement is, what a 70-30 split is, when they should accept a fixed fee, how high the fixed fee should be, when either of these offers are issued. So realistically, should you be getting 70-30 for a support slot? It's not common, to be honest. So I'm a bit wary of that if I see that and whatnot, how much a fixed fee should be for different things, and also being aware of like what the costs are and how that's going to sort of dictate the fee you're going to get out of that. Funding is becoming progressively harder for organisations, artists, bands and whatnot, and the sort of expectations of organisations, bands and artists are becoming more and more like eye-watering, frankly. I mean, it's astronomical and the risk is getting scary and scary. I mean, even on local shows, you want to book some venues, we're talking £400 before the first band is even paid, before social media is even done. And realistically, the only money that's coming in for us is ticket sales. And I mean, as Ticketmaster is making more and more money, the grassroots industry is struggling more and more. Practice rooms are expensive, recording content is expensive, instruments are expensive. The next thing I want to improve, I guess, is it'll need a lot more than one person doing it to improve this. But Liverpool is, I mean, I've only discovered this recently, but we're seen as like a B-list city on the music touring circuit. It's weird because, I mean, Liverpool, we are a music city. We are, in my opinion, I mean, we are really important to the UK music industry and the touring economy. But I mean, we're seeing less and less bands come to Liverpool. If less bands are coming to Liverpool touring wise, there's going to be less opportunities for the small bands from Liverpool to get to the next level. I mean, we need the talent pipeline in Liverpool, and touring bands are very much a route for that. We need those mid-size bands to provide support slots. What I think is really sad is that some artists feel like they need to leave Liverpool and go to Manchester or London to get big because they don't think the scene is big enough here, they don't think there's opportunity and whatnot. And it's a shame because so many amazing things come out of Liverpool. And then what I think is really sad and fortunate is that our culture, our identity is stripped from us and is sort of homogenised into, are you just another northern indie band, or, you know, you're just another sort of person in the scene, which is it's unfair, frankly, because we should have a sense of pride and we should be able to back our musicians as much as we can. Why can't I go see one of my favourite bands in a local venue? Why can't I see one of my favourite local bands support said other band? And where are the opportunities? I mean, I think we need support promoters that are putting on these touring shows and actually get behind them, even if it's an inconvenience, because I mean, it's rare and special when a band finally comes in. I mean, it sounds really silly, but a band called Dog Race came into Birkenhead and I was fucking ecstatic, because in no way in this economy, in this sort of touring, would a band like Dog Race get to tour, but because that promoter took a risk on that show, I got to see one of my favourite bands. That's really exciting. I mean, and the next time they come back, I will be going to that show. I think we also need to be less cliquey about what different promoters put on. I mean, I am not going to be upset if another promoter poached an artist that I was trying to work on, because I don't give a shit. I'm going to see a band that I love, frankly. And the fact that this band has got up into Liverpool is to be celebrated. I'm not going to be angry that all of a sudden Eve or I Love Live get a band up here, because frankly it's a miracle that it happens. Music is central to our identity in Liverpool. It is really, really important. So why should we miss out on all the exciting stuff? Frankly, when we're making it, we can support it, we can get up here. There is people that are there for it. We've got a range of people that will support a range of different things. So yeah, I want to see people taking the risk. I know it's difficult, but go for it.